What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're at the end of another year and we're going to do a top 10 list for my favorite S.H Figuarts of the year, Dragon Ball Z related. It's kind of hard to put this list together. It's kind of like picking your favorite kids, as there's a lot of great releases and putting them in order, it's a little hard. Very subjective list. It's going to change from person to person. I'm sure there's going to be a few that are going to coincide because they're just that great. But yeah, without any further ado, this is my list. First off, honorable mentions. I do want to give a nod to Bulma, A Journey to Planet Namek, as this figure released at the very beginning of the year. And I actually like this figure. I think it's a great figure to add to your collection. It's Bulma on Namek, but due to the price point and the lack of accessories, it's kind of hard for me to put her on the list. Another figure I want to give a nod to is Tien and Chaozu, which this came out technically at the end of last year, but due to shipping delays, I think most people got him in January. So I think he would be on the top 10 list this year or last year, but he came too late to make last year's list, and technically he didn't come out this year, so he's not making this list, but he's a great figure. And also I want to give a nod to the Super Saiyan 2 event exclusive, which I did order, but it's not going to come till next year. I haven't got a chance to check it out. I haven't had my hands on it, so he's not going to make the list either, but I'm sure he would had I gotten him. So without any further ado, let's get into the top 10. So coming in at number 10, we have Battle Clothes Gohan. And this figure is a tiny figure, but it's really cool. I think that aesthetically they nailed it. They gave us two different head sculpts with the windswept hair. We got the Dragon Ball. He does have a little bit of issues with his ankle, but he can stand. And overall, I think the look of the character is great, and it's nice that we got him. So he takes the 10 spot. Coming in at number 9, we have Android 17 from the Universal Survival Saga. And this figure is actually pretty cool. It took a while to grow on me, but throughout the course of the year, I really started to like it. At first, I was a little underwhelmed by the colors, but it's fun to play with. It poses great. He brings an energy effect and a decent amount of accessories. So I actually like him. He takes the 9th spot. And if not for the price point, he might have been higher up on this list. And coming in at number 8, we have Zarbon. And this is another figure that turned out really good. I think the articulation on it is great. The aesthetics are also very, very well done. It looks just like the character to me. I think that the cape could have been a soft goods cape and it would have taken this even higher. But the articulation, like I said, is very on point and it looks just like the character. He brings that nice Dragon Ball, so he takes the number 8 spot. And coming in at number 7, we have 4th Form Frieza. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, Hex, this is the 4th time they released this figure. Yeah, but they finally got it right. This Frieza, I mean, I've had the other Friezas in the past, and I was always a little bit let down. I thought I didn't like the sculpt of it, but now that they finally released it with these colors, I realized that it was just a color thing. And now that they got it right, I love this figure. And at the price point of $35, it's a great release, and it's very accessible to new collectors. So for those reasons, he takes the number 7 spot. And taking the number 6 spot, we have Piccolo from the superhero movie. At first, I was like, oh man, another Piccolo. This is the same exact figure, just slightly different colors. I was going to pass on it, but I'm glad that I didn't. It actually looks really, really nice. And the colors are different enough. It looks like manga Piccolo to me. The face sculpts are better on this one, and just the articulation on them is great. And it's cool to have the option without the cape at a cheap price point for new collectors. Not everybody can afford $60. So I think no cape and $35 is a great trade-off. So for those reasons, he takes the number 6 spot. Taking the number 5 spot, we have Android 16, the event exclusive repaint. And I tried to keep these event exclusive repaints out of my top 10 list, especially Boo and Brawly, Shenron. They're not great releases in my opinion, but this one I think looks great. And I've never had an Android 16, so I'm very excited to get it. I still haven't got it. I have it on pre-order, but I have held this figure in hands before. Not this one, but the old one. And it's an awesome figure that I'm excited to get. So I know that he would have made this top 10 for sure. So he's still going to take the number 5 spot, Android 16. At number 4, we have Cell First Form. And this figure I think is awesome. It looks just like Cell. He could have been a little bit taller. Of course, he could have been a little bit taller. And I think that's what held him back from being a perfect release. But still, aesthetically, color-wise, just all the details on this figure, they really pop. And the nice satin finish, it just works on Cell because he's supposed to be like an insect, or he has kind of a reflective skin, just how like an insect would. So I think that that's perfect. They really did a good job. I know some people had issues with him breaking, or something was wrong with their articulation, like tightness of joints, but mine works perfectly, and it's buttery smooth and it poses great. So I love it, and he takes the number 4 spot. So coming into the home stretch in the top 3, number 3 is Gohan from the superhero movie. And this is a figure that is very well done. I love the way it looks and articulates. The only thing that sucks about this figure is that all the cool accessories are being hijacked, or they're being kidnapped by other figures that you have to purchase to be able to get access to them. So that sucks. But this figure, even as a standalone at $35, it's really fun to play with, and it looks just like the character. So I think it's a great pickup, and for those reasons, he takes the number 3 spot. Coming in at number 2, we have the Earth's Strongest Man, Master Roshi. I'm just kidding. We have the Earth's second strongest man, and that's Krillin. And this figure is super good. We've been waiting for Krillin 2.0 for a long time, and they skipped that. They were like, you know what? You don't get a Krillin 2.0, but check it out. Here's a Krillin 3.0. And the articulation on it is awesome. He's just super fun to play with. It just works fine. It looks just like Krillin. They nailed those head sculpts and the faces. The lack of white paint in the eye is very accurate. The first release did have it, and a lot of people didn't like that. And this time they got it right. They even gave us a Destructo disc and the Sensu beans. It's just overall great release, good amount of accessories. And I think it filled in that gap in a lot of people's collection that they were missing Krillin. So for those reasons, he takes the number 2 spot. And finally, coming in at the number 1 spot, we have Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku. And this thing is just beautiful. I think it's one of the best releases, hands down, that S.H Figuarts has put out just overall. Just look at the amazing paint that it has, that nice translucent hair, and that aura effect it brings. It just all goes together so perfectly, and it looks beautiful in my display. I just love the colors. I just catch myself looking at it all the time. That's why he's the number 1 figure. And I recommend that you guys get this if you can. I mean, I know it's very expensive. There's even second bootleg options for this, a demoniacal fit ones that are like a third of the price. And it's pretty much spot on to this original. So if you can't get this one, I would recommend that you guys even get that bootleg, because this figure is so darn good. So he takes the number 1 spot. So that's going to be it, guys. That's the top 10 S.H Figuarts Dragon Ball Z for the year. Let me know if you guys agree with me. If not, leave a comment. Let me know what is your favorite top 10, or who do you think are the top 10 figures of the year. So yeah, that's it, man. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want. Take care, and peace.